Hi, good morning, good afternoon, and also good evening, guys. Depending on whichever time of the day that you are going to come across this video, I'd like to welcome you, man, onto my channel. I hope that everyone is good. Hey, um, yeah, man, it's something that I came across all over social media, on Instagram, on TikTok, on Twitter. Jay, I'm just coming across this video. I'm sure you've also came across this video, but if you have not, just check out this video and then we'll talk afterwards.
Guys, the restaurant that I'm about to expose, I'm sure they've broken every right edibene ne-Labor Relations Act. Just opened, it's in Menlyn. I've been working there for a few days now. So what happened is I went for a job interview. I showed them my CV and my socials, and I was hired on the spot. And then they told me that I should buy a uniform for this job, right? So a cross belty, a white shirt, black shorts, black apron, black shoes. I was like, okay, you know what? It's fine. I'm going to buy those things because I'm just grateful that I got the job. It was a bit for me at first because I was like, I've worked at other places previously and I've never had to buy my own uniform. But I was like, hey, it's whatever. I went to work the next day and then there was just like, oh, guys, there were more things piling up. As waitresses, Zitibana, we have to buy our own equipment, right? I didn't know about that. So basically, equipment is a bottle opener, a cigar cutter, ndona enye, e-cigarette lighter, cigar lighter, yeah, boy, like you buy all of these things yourself out of your own pocket. Mind you, I had just spent 1,000 rand on just the uniform, excluding alterations, excluding the transport fees, and now I have to buy the equipment myself. But I was like, you know what, it's fine. This was 10 years into because ndiyafuna usebenza. I had all of these things within the second day that I was working there, only to find out that there is no contract. There is nothing that is legally binding between you and the restaurant. You just go there, you work. If you get fired, you get fired because there's no contract. So tin, how are you going to defend yourself? That was the second red flag for me, actually. And then they were like, we don't have a basic salary. As not basic salary, you make imali tips. This wasn't discussed with me prior. Ndiva ngoku emsebenzini ba you make imali tips. There's like a mandatory tip of 10% that they bill to the customer. But even that 10% tip, the restaurant takes about, I think it's 20%, 30%. I stand to be corrected. Something about breakage and leverage. I don't know. So glad 10%, they still take imali etil. And when you come into work, you have to pay what they call a runner fee, which is 200 rand. So basically, a runner is someone that assists the waitress. And then you also have to pay your runner at the end of the night. Mhlawumbi ndim wrong, or maybe I don't know how things work, but all of this seemed extreme to me, especially considering the fact that we don't have a basic salary. So, fine, I worked there. My first day, it was not smooth sailing because it is my first day. Yes, I've worked at other places, but it's my first time working here. I'm still trying to learn how things work up. Guys, when I tell you what I went through at that restaurant, Zang, I have never gone through that in my entire life, even in my personal life. The way that they treat us, even the way that they talk to us, they make us feel less than, they belittle us. Asina break, you work from 1 p.m. up until 2 a.m. the next day. There's no break. You have to sneak maybe a Red Bull in the bathroom or outside in the corner, even if you're eating ipie yako. Uyitya like unexhala ba a manager is gonna walk in and scold you for that. It's so, guys, ibuhlungu into eyenzeka phaa, and I just felt like I had to speak up because there is no ways. I don't even know if the customers know that the employees are being treated this way. Intsha kraca kum yonke le nto ba, you know. But I was like, let me suck this up, yabo. Let me just try my best to make imali. But it's even hard to make kwalamali tips because you find that Most of the managers, they're friendly with some of the waitresses, so you could be standing there whole day and not even get tables because they're giving it afile kwiitshomi zabo wena awuzosebenza. For example, last week Sunday I went home with a debt to the restaurant. I ended up having to owe the restaurant 20 rand because of leverage and breakage and whatnot. After working from 1 p.m. up until 2 a.m., I ended up owing them. Excuse me. For example, today I've worked so hard, but just because andinikwa itafile mna, mhlawumbi your customers will come, they'll say no itafile kabani bani leyana, no customer kabani bani. You're like, okay, sharp, sure, I see how this is. Today I went home with 100 rand tips. I went home with 100 rand tips today after working from 1 p.m. up until 2 a.m. And I was like, you know what? Ibuhlungu lento, but it's okay. It's okay. So before work started, we complained that the cutlery are short, things are slow in the kitchen. Then they were like, we are losing the cutlery, therefore everybody is getting fined 200 rand. How are we losing the cutlery? Who is taking it home? Who is losing it where? Like siphelele kula restaurant, they search our bags when you go home. So where is it being lost? So basically, we are buying a cutlery year restaurant because they find all of us 200 rand. That accountant or whatever she is, she gave me this 100 rand. Maybe I tip yakho find a tata. Then the manager came to me. She's like, Mihlali, we know you're not on the WhatsApp group, but we're finding everyone 200 rand. Does I nanku ke uphathi wam? So ndimbuzo sisiba ndizayifumana phi because ndinike 100 rand my tips for the day. This is how much I made from working from 1 p.m. up until a.m. ndenze 100 rand. So ndizayifumana phi 200 rand ye-cutlery fine. They're like, no, like basically mandizame ndibanike because imali yabo I owe them. Guys, when I tell you my tears were here, like I told myself that, you know what, I'm gonna go home because this is cruel. Like ningolile. Like basically I'm gonna be left at a negative 100 rand after working so many hours because Nina, you don't want to buy your stock or inventory. What is it called as a restaurant? Like nithatha kuthi imali yethu. Akondo. Besides that, the way that they speak to us, I'm not sure if I mentioned this in the previous in the part one. The way they speak to you, ingathi awuyonto, ngathi if you even doubt ba kanti ekhaya ndiyathandwa okanye why ndilapha. So basically this other manager, she comes to me and then she's like, tshintsha hairstyle yakho. And I'm like, she's like, ungabuya apha emsebenzini nale hairstyle. Mind you, work ends at 2 a.m. Then we have to be there at 1 p.m. So where am I going to find the time to take out these braids and do another hairstyle? I got no reason why my this change. And I know 3 other girls that work with the same hairstyle. So I was so confused. Like, ingati they were out to get me because I'm new, or maybe they didn't want me there. Because I'm not sure if I mentioned this in the part one, but even when I came into work today, they were like, Koduka Zopangela, we were demoting you. Just because I was slow on my first day and still trying to learn the ropes, we're demoting you. I'm like, guys, can I please work? Because Ndilapa. I bought the uniform, I paid the transport to come here. Abafuni ivasana. Ngelaka, they let me work, but at what cost? Because I only made 100 rand because itafile ziyavalwa for abantu babo. Akonto. So I'm like, I tell this manager, I'm like, I can change my hairstyle within a few days. She's like, ungaze emsebenzini unale hairstyle. She's speaking English. Yabazi wethu, but ke mna ke ndithetha isiXhosa sam. Uthi, don't come back to work unale hairstyle. Ngomso, which is Friday. Today is Friday, yeah. So I'm like guys, indlela basiphatha ngayo phayana, but more so especially me. Like especially mna because ndimtsha andazi noba kwenzeka ntoni politics aphayana, but ibuhlungu. Some other girls told me that before I worked there, they called them for a meeting and they said that babi nimbatshe nemilenze, babanike gift card zikamake, bathengani makeup, yenzani makeup nibabi. How do you say that to people? Like, guys, into yenzeka pha ibuhlungu. It's so painful and they fine us for everything. Ngathi benza imali ngathi Your hair is not up to their standard, fine. Your nails are not done, fine, fine, fine. For yonke into nje ingathi we are fueling the restaurant. That's no band libize kahle la gama, but ingathi sithi ngoku abaqhuba le restaurant. Yo, no guys, I thought I should speak up because ibuhlungu into yenzeka pha, like yeah, I need a serious investigation. I'm mhlawumbi soft, maybe I don't know how things work, but no ways. The first day I worked there, I came home with blisters, bendi sore, guys, because my feet were so sore, like, but I told myself I'm gonna work hard, I'm gonna prove myself, but toxic like environment. They are so mean. The managers, like, mean girls on 100. I told myself mna anayile 210 ngizogoduka mna. The fuck off upon them. The goduka guys. I like, and now apparently they were looking for me, saying I owe them tomorrow mandizi nemali. Uban endicholaphi imali. Like basically I spent so much money. I spent so much money, guys, on literally on all of this, like equipment, indoni. I Lungisan, if anyone from that restaurant sees this video, lungisani indlela enenza izinto.
Yo, guys. Hey. When it comes to such things, ngiyakwata nje. There is also a part 3, but I'll play part 3. I just wanted to just say something fast, and then we'll carry on with to part 3 and stuff like that. And then yeah. So with those 2 videos, Shuti, that girl, as she's explaining what she was working at that place, and all these things that she has explained, Uguti, not none Uguti, they were, you find out they're still happening to abanye abasebenzi bakhona. First things first, wafethu, I get le nto ukuthi yes, asinandaba if angeke asiyona imali angeke sithande yonke umuntu. Yes, I get that, but in the same breath ayikho mnandi leyo nto into ukuthi ungathandwa nje, especially for absolutely no reason. But unfortunately it is like that. It just happens nje ey'koleni noma ikuphi nje, it happens. You understand? And unfortunately there's absolutely nothing that you can do ngalokho. But now, with reference to this, it's even worse when that is even affecting umsebenzi wakho. And not only just umsebenzi wakho, but also what you have to put or bring onto the table, like ukudla. Because now as she's even talking about indaba yokuthi amatafula they'll give alaba abathandayo. Yo kuwesi ke manje. Because now he has no more right. Ugcina vele usubona ukuthi yazi mina, because you find out ukuthi uye khona ufuna umsebenzi. Not because ubody or nje ubuhaleli ku-experience. No. You've been applying, if you've been applying for whatever you've been applying for, but and siyasitshele into ukuthi umsebenzi ubizwa omunye umsebenzi. Uthola ukuthi uhambile wayoyifundela waba nezinto zakho. But unfortunately, you haven't found the job oyifundele. Uhambe uyosebenza lapha. Already vele you are like yazi mina, and it happens. Ugcina usebenza restaurant, you do not want to do that. Ugcina uhambe uyosebenza khona. You look at your peers mhlambe or whoever ohlangana nabo ubonaleni ukuthi ish yazi mina impilo nje, you know, already now usuyazinyaza and you even doubt nje a lot of things. Uthi mawufika kulowo msebenzi uthi ukuthi hayi, like hayi abantu balala fucked up. They even make things worse. Bakhombisa nje ukuthi wena uthandwa and futhi thina sinandaba nawe. Kodwa into esiyifunayo kahle kube siyazenzela, ngabe nina niyavolontiya la ekhaya, nisebenzela ama-100 hours, nenze sure ukuthi yonke into i-right, ningasibangeli futhi nekhanda elibuhlungu. Masithi yenzani ukuthi niyakwenza kahle phela shuthi that's what they want. Kuti if Babel zenza ngabe, I'm sure they don't even knock off, they don't even go home. Ngabe volunteer 24/7. And another thing, ngabe futhi they don't even get paid by a volunteer. Just for fun. She's mentioning the money she has spent in terms of buying a uniform and everything and all these accessories that she needed or she was going to need as she was working, like izinto zokuvula amapeya, sorry guys, and all of that. But from what I've gotten from these two videos is le mali ayisipendile, she did not even recoup leyo mali. She did not. She did not even, for me, it gives that good. She did not even recoup le mali le ayisipendile nje kwi-outfit yokwenza ama-work. Hayi nina kanti nenza kanjani? You know emsebenzini kokunye uyasithoba because uyadinga usizo lo usuke udinga umsebenzi. And nokuyithoba bafethu, it's not because siyilima. It's not that. It's not because we are stupid, we are dumb or kanjani. No. Our responsibility is it, and impilo and life has us where we are manje. And phela lokho futhi kusubi lapho sinama responsibility. Siyazama ukuhlanganisa ezinye izinto but ayikahlangani. So then we end up resorting to ukuthi okay athi sisebenzeni kuphi just ukuthi yabona sikwazi ukuhlanganisa into zethu. Bese ngenza abantu nina you'll abuse other people's kids. Ngizozama futhi kahle, let me just try by all means and speak English throughout this whole video. Even noma nayo nje izo wrong, but angeke izifike, it will not even wrong the way that these managers and all these fucked up people who are owning these people, who are owning this restaurant and treating these people like this. Izoba wrong English, but it won't be as that wrong. You don't treat people like that. These people kahle kahle vele, it was like they want them to work for free. They want them to work for free, but in the same breath, if they damage anything, or if something goes missing, or if something goes south, they'll pay. How dare you? How dare you work for me for free? And then the place is not properly clean. In the end, you end up asking yourself, Kanti, what's going on? Kanjani, like how? Yo, I'm just speechless, man. I've never seen intention. And you know, as I was still listening to this video, I was like, in my head, I'm sure it might be a white person who's owning this business, this restaurant, and then there are African people or black people in senior positions. I'm sure they are also playing a huge part in terms of making sure that they are making these other people's kids' lives a living hell at work. How must this person pay for rent? You know, that there are people who really, really need this job. And I do not believe there's anyone who's going to this restaurant in a sense they are going to work just in J. Because if it was a matter of they're just going just in J, after being treated like this, all these people would have quit, would have left. But they need this job. They need this job. The unfortunate thing is that uNkulunkulu blessed a stupid. uNkulunkulu blessed a rubbish. And this is what's happening. Ganza abantu ziyahlukumezeka nje. Yo, mina I ask myself ukuthi Now, how must this person, you find out this person has kids or has a kid, or this person is a breadwinner at home. This person is a student, just like as she was mentioning, she's also a student. She's a student. You find out this person must also pay for transport. This person must also buy food. This person must also pay for school fees. This person must also do all these things. How is this person supposed to do all these things with nothing, with not earning anything except my debts? These people are not even being given a credit card with, okay, no. By virtue of setting foot in that restaurant and wearing their uniform and saying what you want to work here, already you're in debt. Imagine you just arrived now, and the next thing they tell you, you'll all owe us 100,000, 100. No, hi, bo. She even said something, Uguti. She wasn't in the another group chat that they have on WhatsApp, and already she was told, no, you'll owe us, man, 200 rand. Yo, guys, sometimes you think that you wherever you are working, it is hard, it is janjan, you're working long hours. Yes, it could be long hours, but yay, we need to thank God, Buffett, and also pray for our brothers and sisters. We need to thank God and also pray for all our brothers and sisters who are going through all of this. Where I used to work, I remember people would be complaining. Now I also ended up starting to complain, but then in the end, I was like, no, man. I was able to achieve this, and that. From then, I started being grateful, which hasn't. I was able to get all these things by virtue of this job. Yes, it doesn't mean good just because now this job is helping you get all these things and achieve all of this, that it means good now you must be treated like Anjan. No. You understand? So I'm looking at even the people, because I know there are some people who are still like that, where I used to work, but they get a full salary, or they even have a contract. You spoke about something about my contracts. My contracts benzela ukuthi guys if they want to get rid of you, they just get rid of you just like that. Vele how fairly? There's nothing that is tying them down. If they want to get rid of you, like, hi, we don't want you in here anymore. Just right, we are fine. And then she spoke about something, Uguti. Okay, allegedly, I don't know if this is that girl. I don't know if this is that girl. She's not beautiful, Shemnai. This girl's not beautiful. You heard that lady, this girl is talking about another manager who came, and she says that manager told them that they must she must change her hairstyle, she must look like this, that, beautifully, and all of that tomorrow. Like, manje. They know very well what you haven't even gotten paid yet. They know very well what you just started to work. Where you supposed, they know very well what fell in, but they are not even going to pay you. They're still going to dribble you. They know very well. They know. But they expect you to everything that they want you to buy. You must do it like this. Where do you get that, man? Where are you supposed to get that, man? Guys, where are you supposed to get that money? And then she's also speaking about it. They took down to them. Babula pants. Naye lo othi babi akamubi. Nenje ufake puff. She just puts on a puff and makeup. One of the managers. I'll post a picture now, and after I'm done here, and then after the picture, I'll carry on with part 3. No, that's wrong, guys. Like, how do you sleep at night? But people, they don't care. You people out here in the streets, I mean, even so here, people here, they don't care. They don't care. People will show you flames, eh? A person doesn't care about another person. As long as they sleep with a full stomach under a shelter or a roof or ganjani, they drive a nice car, they look nice, and they put their those puff that they're putting, and they walk all over people. That's the only thing that matters to some people. You know, I also even watched this. I did check other videos here. The newsroom, Africa. EFF went there to investigate. Even the Department of Labor, they also went there. You know, I feel like this Chidima thing also did also play a good part in terms of this thing of checking Guti. The people who are working at this restaurant or wherever, particularly with this restaurant, because it was said Guti, the way people who were found Guti, they are working in this restaurant but they do not have documents. So in other words, Basabens are illegal. And in a situation like that, it makes it even way more easier for the employer to treat these people like nonsense. Because one, this person is not here illegal. He's not here legal. Doesn't have paperwork. And put it, ngeke bebasandisa nama contact. With or without your documents. So at the end of the day, you end up living under their mercy. And they get to use you, abuse you. I saw a video of the workers sitting down, others they are holding their heads. People are going through the most out in the streets, Buffett. They are going through the most. I feel, yo. I'm going to post that picture of that girl. I don't know if it's her, but they said it's her, allegedly. That's the picture of the girl, and then we'll go to part 3, and then we'll carry on talking.
So since I posted the video Izolo, some of the managers at Babel did try to call me, contact me, but I've not been returning their calls or their messages. One of the managers even went as far as DMing me on Instagram, offering to refund me for a uniform as well as the equipment in exchange for me taking down the video. Obviously, I did not respond to them. And it really saddens me because they think this is really just about the money. Yes, I did incur financial loss, but it's more about the principle. I thought that they would admit their wrongdoing and try to better the working conditions of the employees, but I don't think they see themselves in the wrong. They have gone as far as asking or making the employees report my account, report my videos. Now, for those of you who don't know, I'm a student, but I'm also a part time content creator. So, apps like Instagram and TikTok, that's where I make a little bit of extra money. So, them trying to get my account taken down is cruel because they are now taking my last source of income, or at least trying to, but hopefully it's not going to work iplan yabo. Yeah, so since I posted la video, there are abantu in my DM who have been sharing their testimonies, telling me about the experiences that they have had at Babel and other restaurants and clubs as well. It's really disheartening and heartbreaking, and I really hope that these restaurants can make an effort to right their wrongs and better the working conditions of the employees because I just want to say thank you to you guys for all of the support. I see you guys in the comments. I see you guys leaving bad reviews under Google. You guys have even posted the video on Twitter. It's going viral. You guys have made such a great effort to create awareness. So I really appreciate what you guys are doing because you're not only helping me, you're also helping the employees who are still working at Babel because mna I quit mos ansaphangelipa. And I want to thank the people who have gone the extra mile because there are people in my DMs who've been offering me job opportunities, who've been plugging me with job vacancies, trying to lessen the impact of the situation that Babel has put me in. And I want to say thank you for the EFF, especially for the action that they are taking against Babel. They released a statement. They said that they're going to go to Babel to make sure that employees are passing their employment contracts, basic salary, and whatnot. So thank you so much to the EFF. It just goes to show how united we are as a country and how powerful social media can be. So I just want to thank everybody for all of the support, basically.
So allegedly, this is the manager, the owner. This is what they said. This is the owner. I saw on Twitter. Now let's Tom. So guys, yeah, this has spread. As I was saying, Guti, this Chidima thing, of also having to check my identity and everything of people, I think it did also have a positive effect, because it was said, Guti, too, there were people who were caught who do not have the documentation that is required, and they were arrested, and also the person who hired them was also arrested. It makes sense. How do you hire someone uh, without who doesn't have my documents? Mm? Aren't you supposed to check my documents? What my documents? Then you hire a person. Then hire kanjani? Angithi they do all those things to ensure that they can use people, and you cannot go and complain anyway, because you also know good now you don't have the proper documentation. I'm glad this thing spread it and is spreading. We'll keep retweeting this and spreading it all over the place. And guys, also us as customers, try by all means to be kind, to be humble when you talk to a waiter. I mean, I despise people who treat other people like a piece of shit. Even if you can be driving your big car and we are walking, and respect other people. Sometimes, there are things you go, yes, orders do get mixed up and stuff like that. But with certain things, I feel like try and resolve them in a better manner. You understand? I remember sise khona enye indawo la sasekhona i-restaurant yakhona, a cappuccinos. The guy, I don't know what happened lava. Ukudla ngathi kwakubheda, lokudla kodwa wrong. That food was wrong, guys. And then it was served fun and all of that. Hey, mina zange ayi laba abanye ngihamba nabo, into ababeshona bevumbuka yona. And then after sebeqedile ukudla, then they wanted to go and complain. You can't do that. Even if you were to even complain, you can't eat ukudla. And then once you're done, then you're going to complain. No, don't do that. You don't. Yes, kokunye, there are people who do isn't intentional, but other people, you find out with this person that's been standing the whole day. Ingqondo ayisasebenzi, usekhathele, this person is tired. Nje. Be nice to people. Waiter, petrol attendant, a person who works at Spy, a person who works in Gwaqeni, just be nice. And if you can tip them, tip them. Mina, when it comes to Mr. T, I don't want to lie to you. There is a khona omunye ubaba okhona la ku-Mr. T ngapha ukuthi angamboni kahle. Ngisafuna ukumbona. And another problem is that even if noma sengimbona once I see him, there's nothing, I won't be able to know ukuthi when you order something via Mr. D or Pick and Pay, you do not know who's going to bring that food. You understand? So you might tip that person and only to find out you're tipping the wrong person. That man, I'm not tipping him. I used to tip people or I'm drivers from a Pick and Pay. I don't do that anymore because of that guy. It's also sad because now it's also even affecting other people who have absolutely nothing to do with this. That guy has a bad attitude. A bad attitude. You understand? So, if you can, tip. Be humble. Lower your voice. Khuluma kahle. Because some people, when they make one mistake, bayaxoshwa. They get fired. Just like that. So, yeah, man. Just be careful, guys. Yeah, and this is going to help other people who are going to be working there in future, or even the ones who are still going to carry on working there and stuff like that. And also thank you very to EFF and everyone who's taking action in terms of trying to make sure that everyone is going to be treated equally and fair corner lapan. And also thank you for her, this girl, for being brave, and may she also be safe, because even with isn't the way as a Kuma now they're trying to hit her up in terms of Kumana and all of that to take these people, they don't care. They just worried about the business lah. They do not care Guti, are they still treating these people gabi or anything like that. I don't even feel like they even had any intentions of trying to make the working conditions any better. Another thing for I even feel like the ones who were left behind after this video was all over the place. Baze bathi or they were even fined or something. We do not know. But yeah, man, just tell me what you think about this whole situation. Um, and another thing, I also want to talk to those nuts foods also as clients or customers. Le nto ukuthi uzobaleka ibhili ungayikhokhanga. Hayi ngikhona. Cha ngikhona ke.